Good morning, welcome to today's vlog. What is today's vlog?
We're gonna clean up the garden.
Today we're cleaning up the garden.
Clean it up, kind of cut the stuff that's dying back and place our new perennials.
Yeah, today's the first day of cool weather. It really does feel like fall out here. We're all bundled up. So we had picked out a couple plants. You would have seen that in our greenhouse video. So we're heading to another garden center today. We're gonna grab more plants. I'll show you the garden that we're gonna be starting on and then the rest of the plan for today. So this garden here is actually relatively new. We put it in this past April and it was previously just a circle garden and we decided to expand it. So we used the spray paint, drew out exactly how we wanted it to be, and then this is what it's grown into this year. So a lot of the plants here were left from the previous owner, and then we were also able to bring some from our old house, and then other things like the black-eyed Susans we grew from seed this year. We just sprinkled them and this is what they've grown into. Iris we moved from the front of our property, lilies from our neighbor. There's just a little bit of everything back here. And then the sunflowers, which we grow every year. If you've seen our other videos on growing sunflowers, this is something that we've done the last 2 years of living here. And we have to cut them down because they are all done for the season. So now they're just looking sad and sad. So we'll cut those down. That's going to be a whole process, going into the vegetable garden, cleaning all that up, and then moving the plants that are currently in our greenhouse into this space. That's kind of the plan for today, and then hopefully putting in other gardens. Thank you for doing that. We also want to landscape around the greenhouse, so that's another thing that we kind of want to get done, but we'll see where this vlog takes us. This is another garden that I want to tackle eventually because I'd love to swoop this around more, bring it up against the pool fence, which is eventually is going to be changing to something different. It won't be chain link forever, but bring it around here and then swoop the garden through, fill all this in and make it almost like a little secret separate garden with an arbor so you can lead into it, and then it's just full of, I don't know, cedars and roses and whatever else. But this is what it currently looks like, so we'll get right down to it. Look how pretty this is. So many mums. Oh my gosh, look at the color of these mums. I think we need to take this home with us. We'll come back for it. Okay, we snagged the mums. A lady was trying to take them before us, but we snagged them. Look how beautiful these hydrangeas are. That one's a limelight and this one is this a limelight too? Strawberry vanilla. I don't know where we'll put them, but I think we need them. Okay, taking the first haul to the car, coming back for round 2. Back home and we're making a pit stop at a little farmer's market that's also near us. They sell some plants too, and just, cute baked goods, pumpkins, all the fall feels. And we also picked up a few things to do some fall planters. I saw a photo on Pinterest of these lantern planters.
Lantern planters.
Where you put the lantern in the middle of the planter and then you add flowers. So we're gonna make those too. It might be this video. It might just be a TikTok.
I haven't quite decided yet.
Stay tuned to find out.
Actually, these are just gonna fall anyway.
Back again from the garden center. Another day, another sleigh. I got some kettle corn. I'm gonna show you guys what we got. A couple maiden grass.
Yep, 3 maiden grass.
Okay.
Couple mums in here.
Let me explain these mums. I had never seen a mum this color. Have you?
No.
I hadn't either, so I had to have them. There was another lady who was eyeing them, so I said, get the cart.
Couple Bobo hydrangeas. Creeping Jenny. Those are going to be for some planters we might be doing today.
And most importantly, kettle corn. we're gonna go cut down our sunflowers. Follow me. As I showed earlier, here's our sunflowers. They go all the way down the fence, and it is the end of the season, so unfortunately we got to cut them down until next year. I'm thinking next year we'll do maybe some cedars in here, something that grows tall, because I love the sunflowers, but we want something across the fence for majority of the year, not just the summer. Look at this goofball. We'll need this. And possibly this. And for sure these, because I hate getting my fingers dirty. The big mama.
You want to cut that one?
I don't know if I'll be able to get through it.
It's very small. Or even if you just kick it over.
Well, here it is, looking empty as ever. We want to do some cedars in here, like I said, for a little bit of privacy, and it hides the chain link fencing, which is just like not the prettiest thing to look at, but oh, I forgot about the sunflower in the vegetable garden, so we'll do that now. Now there's some work to be done inside of the vegetable garden. We got to clean up this side of the beans. This side still looks good, and I think we're just gonna cut back the tomatoes. We'll take whatever's green and bring them inside, but they look like such a disaster. We should clean them up. I think I'm gonna stop there for today because we got quite a few, so I'll bring these inside, put them in a brown paper bag, and get them to ripen up in the house. There are some in there that are ripe. Some of you guys might be wondering, why are we cutting back the tomato plants when it's clearly still producing? But this plant toppled over fairly early in the season. You can see we have the tomato cages in there. It became too much to hold up the weight. So everything started falling over and toppling into this bed here. And there really wasn't much we could do at that point besides just kind of try and cut it back as we could and hope for the best. But now at this point in the game, it's producing tomatoes that aren't looking so good. There's not enough airflow through this plant because it's so compact, so the tomatoes just aren't, producing nicely. But the cherry tomatoes, on the other hand, they have a little more room. They've grown kind of out and crazy, so we've been getting some good cherry tomatoes. I just took a bunch of the beefsteak and I forget the other big variety. So hopefully that helps. We'll see. And here's where we're at for now. Beans are gone, tomatoes are cut back. I started deadheading the marigolds. These were all grown from seed. You might remember in my July garden tour, I showed these marigolds that were just a giant puff of green. There was no blooms. Well, they just started in August, and look how much bigger it is than the other marigolds. It was a bit of a late bloomer, as am I.
We picked up 3 of these maiden grasses. They require full sun. Thinking about planting them over by the fire pit along the chain link fence.
There we go. So we just kind of evenly space them in between this part of the fence. It'll be nice because once you're sitting at the fire pit, like sitting in the swings, you can see right into our neighbor's backyard. Those poor people don't need us sitting there watching them as they're washing their dishes. So we're gonna try and fill in this little spot, make it a little more private for both of us. I think we need to get 2 more of the grasses to fill it in, but this is gonna get nice and tall and it should look nice. And then I think we wanna do something in the front here, like ferns, or what do you think?
I think hydrangeas would be nice.
Andrew's a big hydrangea lover. He'd put them everywhere, a backyard just full of hydrangeas, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're gonna head on to the next part of this project, but I'm gonna show you something really embarrassing, okay? Don't make fun of me. It already hurts. Here's my pumpkin patch. It just didn't work out this year. I don't know what happened. I think it was because the ground is too hard back here. We got the smallest pumpkins. Like, how depressing. I mean, I can still do something cute with them, but it's very sad. I posted a video back at the very beginning and I asked you guys to guess how many plants I planted. The correct answer was 52. There was quite a few of you who guessed that, and I think I ended up with maybe 21 pumpkins.
They did really well last year.
I know, this is not my first time growing pumpkins, okay? I've done it before, but I think the ground was just no good back here. So we'll have to rototill it.
It wasn't prepared properly, that's all.
Yeah.
It should have been rototilled and like amend the soil and everything, but it's been grass for however many years.
Yeah, we're gonna rototill it and then we'll try again next year, but live and learn. However, we have a really fun idea that we just came up with for this space back here. And we'll make a video of when we get to it, but Andrew just suggested it yesterday. So we're gonna turn this space into a really fun, pretty area. And then we'll give the pumpkins another shot next year. Live and learn. Such is life. It do be like that sometimes. Oh, I forgot we have the stuff up top.
Yeah, more cornflowers and
So we're just trying to figure out where we're gonna put all of the plants that we've been collecting lately. Let's bring these out too.
sure.
I love these coneflowers, the color of them, but they're desperately needing to get in the ground. So I think we should get to that today too. And I'm thinking out in this garden, because the bleeding hearts are those dead looking things right there. But we put that right there. Moving along to the fire pit. Early in the season, we had planted 2 cedars right here, and one of them died, go figure. So we pulled it out, but I think it would be nice to put some Russian sage right in here because it gets, what's it get, 3 to 4 feet tall?
Yeah, like 3 feet wide, about 3 to 4 feet tall.
It gets nice and big. So, well, not too big, but exactly what we'd need for this space. So I think we're gonna plant that right here. Plus, after the flowers die on Russian sage, it still has that purpley color to it, so it might be pretty. What else we got? A few more things. So I think that what we have left would be really great over in this garden. This garden gets a ton of pollinators. We really kind of made it like our little butterfly bee garden. So I think that that would look really great back here. Add some height to this area over there. Oopsie.
Okay, we're down to a couple hydrangeas and then just the stuff for the fall planters. We think we're gonna place them in between those 3 grasses that we put in. So here they are, 2 more Bobo hydrangeas. They're the panicle variety. These ones get about 3 feet wide, 3 feet tall, maybe 4 feet. They go pink in the fall, which is gonna be really nice. You can see they still have their blooms on them right now. They're white and they'll go a nice dark reddish pink. So we're gonna bring them over and show you guys where we're gonna put them.
Ready?
I'll follow you.
Follow me. So good. So they should be happy here. We're gonna get some plants to fill in along here and maybe bring them around here too. Over on this side we've got some lilies and ferns and some hostas that haven't been looking good because we have a male dog that pees on them. Hi everybody, welcome back for another day of working in the garden. I was gonna stop the vlog where you saw it yesterday, but so many of you guys like the longer videos. We're gonna keep going with this video. We have a little bit more planting to do. We ended up going back to the garden center and got a few more extra grasses that we're gonna plant into where we were working yesterday, but we're gonna get right down to it. Here's the grasses. We got 2 more of them to fill in this space. I know that they're gonna get big and long. I mean, big and wide. Here are the other grasses we picked up today. So these are the Proven Winters Niagara Falls Prairie Winds. Here's some more plants we picked up this morning. It's nice to buy all these plants in the fall because greenhouses mark them on clearance. So we haven't paid full price for any of this stuff. This was 50% off all of these. And you can put them in the garden in the fall and then you got something to look forward to for the spring. So we got some asters. These ones are a pretty purple color. We don't have any. Well, I guess we do now, but I was just about to say we didn't have any purple.
So these get 2 feet tall.
Perfect.
These are the Abstil or whatever. Astable.
Astilbe. We actually have these already. They're in the front of our vegetable garden and they look so pretty in the spring. And these add some nice height too. That's what we need, is more height and structure back there. So these are the Strawberry Seduction variety, and we got 2 of them. So those will go in the garden, and then another thing of asters. That looks good. So we'll be able to walk through and see all the plants that are growing here, and then we're still going to do cedars along the fence to fill it in as a backdrop. Next spring when we get more mulch, we'll fill it in really, really good. It'll sink all the stones in because they're kind of sitting above the soil right now.
We'll rake in the spring when we get more mulch. We'll stand a couple stones up, rake the mulch out, kind of sink them in a bit, and then mulch around it so they're all kind of flush and even. And we're done just in time for the rain. Can get everything watered in and looking good. This backyard still has a very long way to go before it's like where we want it to be. It's been a lot of work in the past 2.5 years of living here. So obviously it still has a ton of
I can't get my other glove off. Hang on. This garden has come a long way in 2 years. Well, 2.5 years. Obviously, we still have a long way to go, but it does feel good to see it kind of coming together. Ideally, we never want grass back here. We want it to just be all gardens. The whole thing gardens behind me. I want to do a nice big fence across it and then just gardens against it. It's kind of hard to do stuff like that, especially on this one side behind me with like no real structure to go off of. See how it's just like our property and the next person's property? Regardless, it has come a very long way and it feels good. What? Half the battle is adding in structure back here because this backyard was like a golf course. Like it's just grass for almost 2 acres. So any structure that you're seeing back here, like the greenhouse or the vegetable garden, that's all stuff we've put in ourselves. All the gardens are gardens we've put in ourselves. So it has been a ton of work, but it does feel nice to kind of have something to look forward to for spring. And now we just have to get through the awful cold Canadian winters, which I'm not looking forward to it, but it is what it is. Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed and we will see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.